A big part of the brand is not just like the quality, the like thoughtfulness of the ingredients of the product, but also creating the like emotional connection.
You're also creating a lot of emotionality with the brand. You're just creating a really fun presence.
I have a lot of stake in this company, and I've been there from the very start. But being the chief dough officer, it's really about inspecting the dough, giving the dough hugs and kisses, and making sure it's ready for people to eat.
Hey friends, welcome to Above the Fold podcast. I'm your host, Jess Servion. We're going to be talking about everything in your customer's journey. You're going to learn things about customer experience, brand experience, and marketing secrets that help you drive your brand success. So stay tuned, buckle up, and let's get into the episode.
Welcome back to another episode of Above the Fold podcast with me, Jess, your host. This week, I am still in New York City, and y'all, I got some fun on this episode. I am joined by Patrick Coyne, CEO and founder of Lao Ban, and Chief Dough Officer, Rollie.
That's me. Hi, Jess. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for coming on. Patrick.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Little rocky start there. We're going to cut some of that. But thank you so much for coming up to New York because you live in
DC.
DC.
Yes, DC.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, where does Rollie live?
I live in dough land. Everything's made of dough. It's also right outside Portland.
Oh, so you travel across the country then?
Yeah, I get free flights.
Wow. All right. Frequent flyer over here.
I just go into the fridge.
All right, Patrick. So you've built Lao Ban into a unique food brand. What's the founding story? What moment made you decide to actually launch it?
Yes. Yeah. Great question. Thanks again for having us. It's great to be between several ferns. Or
We're in a jungle.
Birds of paradise?
Yeah.
Birds of paradises? What's the plural? Yeah, no.
Paradise of birds.
Lovely to be here. Yeah, the initial inspiration came from teaching English in China. There was a dumpling shop outside the school that I taught at that I just loved hanging out in.
Cool.
We called the guy that ran it Lao Ban, which means boss. So it's kind of an homage to that guy and that experience that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I came back and worked and stuff like not related to food at all. So consulting and investing in things, but always wanted to start a business and kind of drew on that experience that I had in that dumpling shop. So that was the initial idea, was like recreating the Chinese dumpling shop experience. So that's how we got started, was with dumpling shops in DC like 8 years ago, opened a few locations, and then in the pandemic kind of pivoted to CPG, to frozen food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How is that reception of like going from brick and mortar into the CPG world?
Yeah. I mean, for us, honestly, it was a pretty, I wouldn't say easy transition, but smooth. Running restaurants is hard. It's a pretty terrible business. It's just like physically exhausting. You know, you have to show up every day. You have to make stuff every day. Every day people are calling out. For the first 2 years, I was the guy like opening, closing, mopping, doing the dishes, taking out the trash, all that kind of stuff. So
That's what I do.
Yeah. I was just going to ask, what was Rollie's position in the brick and mortar days?
yeah, Rollie. I mean, Rollie's done it all, right?
I mean, yeah, I have a lot of stake in this company, and I've been there from the very start. But being the chief dough officer, it's really about inspecting the dough, giving the dough hugs and kisses, and making sure it's ready for people to eat.
That's
Yummy.
true. Anything dough related, that's really Rollie's domain. Yeah,
And mopping the floors.
that's it.
Mopping the floors.
Yeah.
And cleaning the bathrooms.
Wow, you're a regular old jack of all trades. I'm sorry. Well, Patrick, okay, so let's go back to just like that brick and mortar into like CPG. I mean,
Yeah.
like what you're basically describing is like entrepreneurship 101, like with like the ebbs
Yeah.
and the flows of
Yeah.
it, right?
Right.
What do you think was, I don't know, like what was the funnest time during those beginning stages though?
The funnest. Well, it's funny that you talked about it being like the entrepreneurship path, because I would say so far the secret has been just not stopping. Like in the pandemic, like we didn't stop. We just started doing CPG, like started putting dumplings in bags and driving around town, Rollie riding shotgun, dropping off dumplings at different local grocery stores
played the
around
radio.
DC. Yeah, he's always got the aux. Rollie controls the music for sure.
Lot of chaperone.
Oh, okay. Wait, chaperone didn't really exist in those days.
That's
though.
anachronistic.
I was an early listener.
You're right. You're right.
Early
I am
stuff.
the Pink Pony Club.
You
Oh,
are
that is me. Look at me.
you are pink and a pony.
In
Doe
a club.
in a club. Yeah. I mean, were there early hurdles? I mean, obviously, okay, if like dumplings and onion pancakes and Chinese cuisine, like in general, right? That is such an experience.
Yeah.
It's such an experience. Like
sure.
I remember growing up and like going to a Chinese restaurant or a Chinese buffet, like as a child, and like Chinese food in general is like so big. But what I'm curious of, besides the CPG path, when you were in brick and mortar to the CPG path, what were the early hurdles in getting people to understand that concept of going from like, I'm an experience to I'm frozen?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think we've always thought about it from the customer experience perspective, and like maintaining the hospitality through line from the physical restaurant to the freezer aisle.
Yeah.
And so we're really keyed into like the user experience, right? When somebody sees it on shelf, brings it home, cooks it, like how easy it is.
Yeah.
Because we hear all sorts of feedback like, like someone left a review. These are much better when you heat them up. And so like, it's a frozen food. You'd think like most people would take that for granted that you're supposed to like heat them up, but not everyone does. And so I think we take that on ourselves, that we like, if that's not clear, that's our fault.
Yeah.
Like how you should prepare it at home, the best way to prepare it at home, making it as easy as possible to be as delicious as possible. So I think that's the way we've always approached all the frozen items, is like, let's try to maintain that user experience, and like provide the overall like hospitality that we are used to providing with the restaurants.
Yeah. I think it's a really interesting thing that you brought up, because it's like we can never assume as founders or operators in CPG that people like understand the full concept.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to be like, hi, let me hold your hand and tell you that you need to heat up this frozen food.
For sure. And if they don't understand, like that's on us. Like we need to make sure they understand.
Yeah. But I think that that's a very important point though, right? Like I think that a lot of brand builders build a brand and then they're like, I understand the concept because I've lived it. I do it like every single day.
Yeah.
But then you have to think for that consumer who maybe like doesn't read. Maybe they need a visual. Maybe they need a video of how it's done.
Yeah.
Like as you're talking about that user experience and that customer experience, like what are you doing from a digital perspective to like make those concepts come to life?
Yeah, and I think that also comes from like all those years in the shop. And I was like the guy at the register, right? So someone comes up and they're like, what's a dumpling, right? And you have to explain it in like 3 seconds so you don't lose them.
Yeah.
And you get those types of questions and you like figure out how to convey those ideas like really quickly and really clearly.
Yeah.
And so I think we try to like carry that forward, not just on the packaging, but like online with all the digital stuff we do.
Yeah.
That like, these are the items, this is how you enjoy them at home. These are like the unique attributes, the flavor, the quality of the ingredients, like the convenience, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. How do you maintain authenticity in customer interactions as your brand is growing?
Yeah, I think there's like those certain elements, like I was saying, like the quality, the flavor, like the fact that everything, all the recipes like started in the kitchen, and they started with my co-founder, Chef Tim Ma. So super talented chef in DC, 5-time Michelin awarded.
Wow.
So like he knows how to like build flavor, like how to like you season each element and then you bring them together. And so like when you have a crab rangoon, like you have the seasoning in the filling, like the dough is the right way.
Yeah.
And so staying true to like the quality of the flavor, the quality of the ingredients, what the brand kind of like looks and feels like. And then from there, we've started out with dumplings. Now we have the crunchy bites of the crab rangoon, scallion pancakes, Taiwanese popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Started the bao last year. So just like maintaining those kind of attributes throughout.
Yeah. And as you guys expand, so because I discovered you, we were talking about this offline, like I discovered you at Fresh Time Market in Chicago, but you're also available in Whole Foods, Target,
yep.
Costco now.
Costco, Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really bringing it to the frozen food aisles.
Yeah, to the mass audience,
which is amazing. But I'm curious, like, as you're expanding your product line, how, like, what other unique products do you think you'll come out with next?
Yeah, I think we're really looking to become like the modern frozen Asian brand.
Yeah.
And so building out that entire category, like everything you think about seeing in the freezer door, and even a lot of things like you don't see, like, scallion pancakes, things like that. I think we start everything from kind of the restaurant, like what are the things that we always love to eat at the restaurant, and kind of let that guide us, like let that excitement kind of guide us.
Yeah. And then are you taking any sort of like user feedback, or I said user feedback as if it was like a website, but consumer feedback? Like, how are you capturing that? Like, as you've expanded into these retail channels, like, how are you understanding what the consumer wants?
Yeah. So really active listening. So all the like DMs we get, all the emails we get, we have people that are collecting everything and not just like responding and working out any issues, but just kind of consolidating all that. And then we share it with the whole team.
Yeah.
So we have, regular check-ins where all the feedback is shared, not just with like me and Tim, but like all the operations, sales, marketing, everybody. So everyone can kind of hear in real time all the feedback that we're getting.
Yeah, I love that. And so community and food really go hand in hand. But like, besides the feedback, like how is community playing a role with Lao Ban's I think expansion?
Yeah, a big part of the brand is not just like the quality, the like thoughtfulness of the ingredients of the product, but also creating the like emotional connection.
Yes.
And I think our chief dough officer, Rollie, has been a big part of that.
Sure. Tell me more.
Rollie, what do you think about connecting with the Lao Ban consumers?
Oh, well, it's really important to connect with the people that are eating the food because we want to make them feel happy. So in order to get them to feel happy, we need to talk to them first about what they want.
Yeah, that's right. And I think like becoming part of people's routine.
Yes.
Like having, weekly hump day, dump day. So eating dumplings on Wednesday or Monday, bun day, eating bao on Monday, just kind of becoming part of the routine, like providing the like easy weeknight meal solution. So like people don't have to think about it.
Rollie, what do you think of the tradition of eating dumplings regularly in the home?
Oh, Jess, are you saying that people eat other stuff besides dumplings in their home?
Babe.
Patrick! She can't be serious.
Listen, y'all, other people eat dough like pasta dishes. You can roll them. I'm going to break it to you, but you might not be the only dough guy out there.
That's a hoax. I don't believe it. Pillsbury is CGI. I'm real, baby. Real.
No AI here. All right, Patrick. So going back to like brand identity, like Lao Ban, especially with Rollie and your branding overall, and just like the bringing dumplings as a character, right, is such a brand. It's a distinctive brand identity. What was intentional versus what evolved naturally?
Yeah, I think from the start, it was really the simplicity. Like if you look at the first packaging we ever had for the dumplings, like there were no photos. It only had like the name of the product really small, and then like the 3 key ingredients, like a really small logo. And so I think like it was the simplicity, the thoughtfulness, again, like the way you'd like read a menu item, like at a restaurant, right? Like these are the 3 ingredients and that's it.
Yeah.
And then I think something that has evolved has been like the emotional connection, the way that we are trying to kind of create that like 2-way conversation. And then the way that, Rollie, I think, has really evolved to become the key face of the brand.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to be put on the boxes. I think I should be front and center, and it could be me eating the scallion pancakes. We'll talk more about that, Patrick.
Okay.
I think what's really interesting with Rollie and just like the general like intentionality around this is that you're creating a brand world, and you don't, and we talk so much about this in marketing, like a lot of beauty brands do these things. They have these activations, they all of these pieces of the pie that go somewhere else. But in food and bev, I think it's a little bit hard to create that brand world. And I think that with the with Rollie being your chief dough officer
Yeah.
and being involved from a mascot perspective, you're actually building that brand world. And I think it's really fucking cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, Rollie, are you okay that we're talking about you like this?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
I am here to spread love and dumplings.
Yeah, I mean, Rollie's a pretty fun-loving guy. He's curious. He doesn't take himself too seriously, which I
Not
think,
at all.
you know, it's pretty aligned with the Lao Ban brand.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, Rollie, we're going to talk about you and feed you compliments in the corner.
I'm
Yeah.
so ready. Love on me.
Let me
Universally
flood you
beloved.
with compliments over here.
Everybody loves Rollie, from, little kids to old people. Everyone loves Rollie.
Yeah. But I think, Rollie, you're also creating a lot of emotionality with the brand. You're just creating a really fun presence that, I think sometimes, like, if you look at foreign foods, like Asian foods, Indian, like whatever it is, right? And you bringing these things into a home in America, like not everybody consumes these dishes. So it's kind of helping, like building this brand world around it also helps lower the barrier of entry.
Yeah, for sure.
Know?
I think we've seen, because we have, our little mascots on the packaging. And so we hear all the time, like, little kids will see it and just kind of like grab it, just kind of gravitate towards the characters, towards the faces, the fact that they are conveying emotion.
Yeah.
And so I think, I mean, even more so than like a connection with a dumpling or food, it's just like a reaction to that emotion, to that face that people are seeing.
Totally. How do you decide what to hold true to versus what to adapt for a wider audience? Because like we just mentioned, like kids versus like adults.
Yeah.
Like how do you distinguish that when like brand building?
We've always kind of set the aperture pretty wide in terms of like the people we want to appeal to. It's never been like, oh, we're going to be super niche. We're not using a lot of like regional flavors or any product forms that are like super specific. It's more about kind of foods that everyone already kind of likes, but doing them in our particular way.
Yeah.
And so I think that's probably been part of the reason that we've been able to kind of like scale the distribution and the product so quickly, is because we are kind of tapping into things that people already like, but they haven't been able to find like as available or done this well.
Yeah. Well, I think you're also talking about product expansion here. And like, I'm curious, like, obviously we've talked about like pancakes and we've talked about popcorn chicken, before it was known as the dumpling brand. But what I'm curious is like, are you going to eventually expand in sauces? Are you going to eventually expand into like even super niche types of dishes in the future?
Yeah. I mean, I think for now, there's so much opportunity in frozen food. Like, there just hasn't been a lot of excitement in frozen food in like 40 years. It's still kind of a lot of the same things. Do you know what the number one selling frozen Asian item is in the United States?
Let me think about it.
Think about it.
Noodles?
Like the dish, like the brand.
Oh. Trader Joe's
Frozen
orange
food.
chicken.
No, it's even better.
Okay.
Turkey Hill ice cream.
Rollie.
Close?
Very.
Very close. Marie Callender's sweet and sour chicken.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's
That was
number
my
one.
next
Yeah.
choice.
I mean, Rollie was right there. So I think there's still so much room in frozen food, right, to like continue to build out within frozen food. So that'll be the focus for a while. But yeah, eventually beyond for sure.
Yeah, like onto like maybe in shelf stable at some point, right?
For sure.
So badass. Well, let's switch gears slightly. I would love to talk about your CEO journey and like just how you think about building this company a little bit further. Yeah. So in scaling, what do you think has been the hardest decision as a CEO so far?
Yeah, it's a great question. So in 2023, we had just launched our dumplings nationwide at Whole Foods. And we were working on them with our next product line, which is like the first time we'd done anything other than dumplings. And we were like very far down the road. We're like getting close to launch. But the product wasn't coming together the way that we wanted it to. And so like the option was like, okay, we can not say anything and like get the product launched and have like whatever, 3 new items nationwide at Whole Foods, or say something and risk like not getting those items in and potentially like whatever, harming the relationship. And we decided to like be open and transparent with them and say, hey, this is not coming together the way we want it to. And then they were totally cool with it. And we pivoted from that to the bow. And so got the bow kind of done together with them and launched those. And those have been immensely successful.
Yeah.
So that was like a moment where like I asked everybody I knew, everyone in the industry, like, what would you do? Would you like risk, not getting those additional items in at Whole Foods and just like go forward with it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in the end, like just the transparency went a long way.
Dude, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we live in such like a consumer space where it's like a lot of consumers have been lied to, especially in food,
Yeah.
and I'm not like going down like a crazy path in there, but
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of distrust that's been happening in like the industry. So I think it's commendable on your end to like more so go from like to launch more on like that transparency lever first, because that creates trust with your consumer and it creates trust also with your retailers carrying you.
Yeah, for sure. And then we were able to like collaboratively work on the solution together. And in this case, like bring the bow, which was definitely the right decision. And I think worked out like, the right way for everyone.
Yeah. So, we talked about this a little bit, but like food is a competitive space overall, right? And besides product, from you as like the leader of this company, how do you stay differentiated beyond just the product?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it is the brand, right? So what you see on shelf with the packaging. And we've heard from so many people, like, I was not shopping for frozen food. I was just walking down the aisle and I saw the packaging and it doesn't look like anything else that I've seen in frozen food. So I stopped and like picked it up, and that's how I like became a shopper. So I think it like starts with just the packaging and how we're presenting everything. And then certainly carries over to like the social side of things and having people like Rollie in the fold, so to speak. And yeah, all the kind of, creative things we're doing to show people how to enjoy the food at home.
Yeah, I love that. What is something you got wrong early on that shaped how you run the company today?
Yeah, I think I touched on this before, but like the first iteration of the packaging that we had was super simple, like no photos, like the writing was super small, which at the time served its purpose of being so different that it was getting the attention of places like Foxtrot and Whole Foods and those types of places, and like attracting the attention of the consumer that was willing to invest in curiosity, which in the early stage was like, it worked out very well. And then as we transitioned more to like the Costco's and the Walmarts and the Targets of the world, like the mandate kind of shifted a little bit. And then so that's when we put like the photos on and made everything a lot bigger. But I think, looking back, like it was kind of ridiculous that we ever launched packaging that didn't have a photo on. Like that was pretty bold. Like I didn't know it at the time. That like there's no packaging in the entire grocery store that doesn't have a photo on it.
Like to think about it. But you live and you learn, right? And you lived and you learned.
Right.
I'm actually curious with your expansion into Costco, how that affects your packaging architecture. Just because Costco is such like a buy in bulk versus like a Target, right?
I think it's the same principles. I think we still try to convey like the simplicity and the thoughtfulness and the quality. You just have like a much bigger billboard to do that on. And I think the Costco member is unlike any other shopper. Like they just like trust Costco and they trust that it's really good and like great value. So like just by virtue of being in Costco, you've kind of already like got like some built-in trust and like kind of that like halo. And there's been nothing like Costco for building awareness. Like anytime we do a Costco post on social, like it has the highest engagement, the highest viewership. People just go crazy. Costco.
Well, I think what's so funny about Costco when I think about it, I think about when, maybe like 10 years ago where it was like you would go and you would buy in bulk, right? But now they are bringing things to the shelf that are just really different, right? And so now it is exciting that your product is available in Costco because it's not like I can go buy wholesale of like chicken fingers,
Right,
or I can buy,
Yeah.
you know, in bulk on my dumplings, right?
Right.
And I think that that's the diversification of Costco SKUs has really evolved, and I'm just excited to see like how that expands for you and for Costco overall.
Thanks.
too.
Yeah, I think their focus has shifted from just like quantity to like the value to like more of a curation. I think people really trust the Costco curation more so than like any other retailer. And so that's been, again, like you get that like Costco stamp of approval.
Yeah, totally. When you think about legacy, what do you want Lao Ban to represent years from now?
Yeah, I think it's still like the excitement, the fact that we generate excitement when someone walks down the aisle and they just like see the packaging, they get excited.
Yeah.
And just like having decades of delighting people, I think that's at the end of the day, all that we really care about is like the feeling, the emotion that we're kind of generating in the shopper.
What do you see for Rollie's future?
Rollie, the world is Rollie's oyster.
I know.
More like my dumpling, but I'll take it.
Rollie, I'm really curious about what you think your future at Lao Ban is going to be.
Oh man, well, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere, but I'm trying to see if I can start juggling a few different jobs together. So I have my job here in Lao Ban, but I have a couple other offers that I've been.
Rollie, what are you talking about?
Well, like LaChoy wanted to do a licensing deal.
No.
And I've been really drinking a lot of Liquid Death.
Liquid Death?
So
Come on.
So maybe we can work together on that. It could be like a Lao Ban Liquid Death comp. You boil your dumplings in Liquid Death.
Rollie.
Rollie, are you resigning right now?
No. Don't misunderstand. I will always be working at Lao Ban, but sometimes it's fun to like mix things up. Can work at two places at once.
Okay, well,
That's two salaries.
Rollie, aren't you worried about your options?
My options? Patrick, if you even look at my options, I will burn this whole company to the ground. Do you hear me? I will burn it to the ground.
Okay, well, let's switch gears. We don't want to upset Rollie any further.
Rollie. Rollie.
I'm good. Continue. Forget I'm here.
Rollie, do you want a quick second in the steam room?
I'll be right back.
Okay, good. All right. So, besides Lao Ban, what's your go-to comfort food besides dumplings?
Oh, Rollie, cover your ears. It's probably still pasta, and probably still like I would stick with like the stuffed pasta, so like a nice like agnolotti or something like
That's
that.
technically a dumpling.
You know what? You're right.
A
Yeah.
lot of things can be a dumpling, Pop-Tarts, dumpling.
Good
Hot
point.
Pockets, dumpling. Peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. Dumpling!
You're pushing it, Rollie.
Patrick, if your younger self sat at your dinner table today, what would surprise them most about who you are now? This is very self-reflective moment.
Wow. I really, haven't had this moment of introspection in a while. I think my younger self would not be surprised that I have a business. I think the fact that it's a food business would be pretty surprising. I didn't really have much of a food background prior to starting this at all. So that part would be a bit of a surprise. But I think the fact that it is like wide ranging, like there is art, there is science, like you have to like create a product and like do the branding and, the design. But then there's also like you have to get trucks out in full and on time and that kind of thing. I think it makes sense. Like that's always appealed to me, like kind of doing a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Doing like the analytics, the math, and then also the creativity of it and surprising yourself.
Yeah.
Were you surprised, like where you were like, damn, like I built that bitch.
Yes. It's still shocking. Yeah. Almost every day. Like, the fact that we have 10 SKUs at Whole Foods, like I don't know how that happened. The fact that like we're working with places like Whole Foods and Costco on like the category and like the future of frozen food like is still wild to me when like there's big CPG companies have like 100-person departments that do innovation and they're like talking to me, some guy off the street. Like, yes, shocked. Truly shocked.
Dog, you're crushing it.
I don't know about that.
You're crushing it. You and Rollie are crushing it out here.
Say more, please. I love
We'll get back to you, Rollie. This is about Patrick now.
it.
Don't worry, Rollie. Don't worry. We love you, Rollie.
I love you too, Patrick.
All right. Well, my friends, we have hit the end of the road of this episode. Patrick, where can they find you?
Yes. So Whole Foods, Sprouts, Costco here in the Northeast, Target. Best place to go, laobandumplings.com. Check out the store locator. It'll pull up the stores nearest you.
Great.
Yeah.
And Rollie, where can the homies find you?
Oh, you can see me all the time on Lao Ban social media, on their Instagram, their TikTok. I think we're working on a MySpace.
Yes. Any day now, MySpace is coming.
Oh, yeah. And I'm waiting for its comeback, but we're going to be there first. I know it.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in for another episode of Above the Fold. Thank you so much, Patrick and Rollie, for being here. And we'll catch you all on the next episode.
Dang, we've made it to the end of the podcast and you're still here. So thank you so much for listening to Above the Fold podcast. For the best of this episode and every episode, be sure to follow us on Instagram and my YouTube channel. And for deeper dives on the secrets to brand success, don't forget to subscribe to my weekly newsletter, Sunday Postcards. All right, my dudes and gals, see you next week.